Hello everybody, welcome to Just Upright. My name is Doc Jing Ruder. I'm a doctor of physical therapy and I'm your foreign educated physical therapist guide to US application. So I hope you guys are doing great. So if you're watching this before end of April 2023, I will be having a masterclass 2.0 on how to apply here to the US as a physical therapist, the right way, the fast way to do it. With 2023 updates, okay? Everything you need to know about the latest changes with FCCPT, with TOEFL, I will discuss that on the upcoming masterclass. So watch out for announcement. If you are on our email list, you will receive emails about the upcoming masterclass. I will also put a waitlist link down below, so if you're interested, just enter your information so you can receive the updates for the upcoming masterclass. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today is about buyout of contract. Okay, so I've seen on social media someone asking about contract buyout. Okay, and then someone also consulted me about the buying out of contract. Okay, and so we're going to discuss this in detail coming right up. Okay, so I saw this post about, a foreign educated physical therapist who was sponsored with immigrant visa type 3, okay, or EB3. And she's asking advice because someone wants to buy out her contract from the employer who petitioned her. So the buying out of contract means that, as a foreign educated physical therapist, we have agency or employer who filed a working or immigrant visa for us to successfully come here to the US and work as a physical therapist. Of course, with that, you sign a contract with the employer, okay? So it was not specified why this particular foreign educated physical therapist wants to jump into another employer, okay? If I saw the replies from fellow foreign educated physical therapists, and unanimously, okay, and this is I agree with them, okay. So here's the thing, guys, and with my students I also advise them here, okay, with this kind of advice. So if you sign a contract with an employer and they petition you with a working and immigrant visa, and they successfully petition you to come here and work, okay? If they are treating you right, okay, they're paying you and they're doing everything they can, okay, and abide with the contract that you signed with them, okay, I always advise for you to honor your contract, okay? Honor your contract. So it depends on your employer. It can be a 2-year contract. Usually it is a 3-year contract, okay? Mine was a 3-year contract, but I did not have any vacation leave or, within the contract. So when I got married, I went to honeymoon and, took some vacation. So it extended my time with them. I think I stayed with them for 3 years and 4 months, okay? But I honored my contract, okay? Even though I was already an immigrant back then, okay? So that's the thing is they help you get here, and if they're treating you right, you stay with them and honor the contract with them, okay? So I'll tell you a story of, someone consulted with me. He was asking me for advice because he actually was in the same situation. He was petitioned to come here with a working visa, and then he actually transferred with another employer, the buyout of the contract with another employer, because they actually promised him a lot of things. He was earning so much with the first employer, But the thing is, he said he was overworked. Okay, so that's why he jumped into another boat with another employer, because they're promising better life for him. But the rate dropped, okay, and they're not raising him his pay, okay, as they have promised. Okay, so so he's like asking for another employer to buy his contract again out from this employer, the second employer that he jumped into. Okay, so it can be very hairy, complicated situation, guys. Number one, you do not know if it's really a greener pasture if you transfer to another employer. Okay, they may promise you a lot of things for you to sign a contract with them, but you'll never know how they're gonna treat you when you're already working for them. So that's why I say, if your first employer is treating you right, all the conditions are right, you're working, you're not being benched, meaning on the side, not working, not being paid, okay, and they're not doing anything illegal, you stay with your employer. So it's a different story if you are being overworked, okay, if you are being abused, they're not paying you, you are being benched on the side, no work, no pay, okay, and they're doing something illegal that you are aware of. Yes, so by all means, look for another employer who can save you from the situation, hopefully. Okay, but again, if you are just looking for, oh, maybe if I change my employer, I will have a better life, I will have a better salary, I will have a better work environment, you'll just never know if it's gonna happen. Okay, so another advice that I give is that you have to start somewhere. Okay, when I started here in the US as a physical therapist, I'm supposed to be a traveling physical therapist. It's a 13-week contract per facility. So if the facility wants me to stay and I want to stay, then they will renew my contract. And I was so blessed because with the company that I was assigned, they kept on renewing my contract for 3 years and 4 months. You know, the entire time that I was with the agency, they kept me. They just, moved me from one facility to another, but the same company owns that therapy contract with another building. So I was blessed with that. But I started with like $25 per hour. Okay, I didn't know what was the right rate back then. Okay, so I just grabbed it. It's a working visa. After my 9 year of struggle, I signed a contract, and they were able to petition me. But I think with social media and a lot of information that's out there, a lot of people are aware of how much physical therapists are earning on specific states, specific region, and they're trying to compare and they're trying to get that higher rate. Okay, so first of all, you do not have the American experience yet. So even though you are 20, 30 years, 10 years working as physical therapist in the Philippines, yes, it's an experience, but you're not really in the US state experience. Okay, so it's hard to argue about experience when you're actually new here in the US. Okay, I mean, some people can do that as well. It depends on the person, but the main point is you have to start somewhere. Okay, I'm not saying that you will let them treat you bad, they will abuse you, they will lowball you and whatnot. Okay, the law right now is that they have to pay you the prevailing wage, okay, for that specific state. So whatever is the wage, like entry level or the minimum wage for a physical therapist in that state, in that region, that's prevailing wage is the right term for a specific state. That's how they should pay you. So if they're paying you within the prevailing wage, and they're not overworking you, and they're not abusing you or benching you, I highly recommend that you stay with your employer. You honor the contract because it shows your credibility as a person it also shows your gratitude towards the employer who helped you get here to the US. So I hope that makes sense, okay? So actually the agency that I was with actually kind of tried to trick me at the end of my contract, want me to sign another year with them, because they told me that the company who, the company that I was with for more than 3 years is going to get another PT. I only have maybe 1 or 2 months left with my contract with them. If I don't sign their contract for another year, they will relocate me, and I didn't want to relocate because I'm almost done with my contract, so I was like frustrated. I was crying, and they told me not to tell anyone about it. But then I asked the HR. I had a good relationship with the HR. I emailed her, I called her and said, is this true? If I don't sign another contract, 1-year contract with my agency, you're gonna kick me out and I have to be relocated somewhere. And they say, it's not true. We want you to stay. We really want you to stay with us. So, but it's not true that we're gonna end your contract this month and you have to go somewhere else and we're going to hire another PT. So be vigilant about that kind of tricks. And actually, I was not the only one. I talked to other foreign educated physical therapists. There are agencies who are like that, who can take advantage of you, who will ask you to sign another year, another 2 years or 3 years for some reason or another. But you have to be vigilant about it. You have to do your research, talk to people, find out the truth, so that you can protect your right as a physical therapist here in the US, okay? So, but that's the bottom line. If you can honor your contract if you are in good condition, even if the pay is not that high compared to other foreign educated physical therapists. You'll get there, okay, with good experience, with good attitude, with good rapport with your coworkers and, with other people you work with. You're gonna get there. Just don't rush into going into the greener pasture, because you just never know. The grass there might be plastic, so you're gonna suffer the consequences of your action. And at the end of the contract, I was asked by another employer that I'm applying for, do you have like a certificate of release from your agency? So that's another thing. If you did not end well with the agency or with the employer, you cannot get that release letter. It simply means that you do not owe them any money, that you fulfilled all what's written in the contract, and you don't owe the previous employer anything at all. So I was able to secure that letter without any problem, because I did not owe them anything at all at the end of my contract. Okay, so I hope, guys, that makes sense. Going here to the US is hard, and it's literally sweat, blood, and tears. Okay, so just persevere through it, work through it, honor your contract, show your credibility as a person. Okay, honor the people who help you get here, as long as they're treating you right. Okay, so how about you? If you're watching this, do you have any experience about with your employer, with your contract, about buying out of contract? Let me know. Make a comment down below. And that's very interesting to know what other people's experience as a foreign educated physical therapist here in the US. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. My master classes online are available. I have the link down below. I also have ebooks on how to apply here to the US with 2023 updates, and also I have, again, the upcoming masterclass at the end of April. Okay, so watch out for announcements and emails for that. Thank you so much, guys. Share this video to anyone you know who will need it. Like it, and also, you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button so you will be updated with the latest video uploads here at Just Upright. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next video, stay blessed.